morning, welcome back to the vlog. Welcome to Worcester for the start of the final stage of the 2017 Tour of Britain. I can't even imagine how tired the riders must be. I've only been here filming for 4 days, never mind riding for 8, and I am knackered. But anyway, last night we stayed with Bruce. Bruce very kindly sent me a message and said, hey man, I live near the start, you're welcome to come and stay at my house. And he lives in this absolutely beautiful apartment right next to the water here. Such an incredible setting. So I mean, come on, it was an offer we could not refuse. It was really handy because where we stayed with Bruce last night is literally right next to where the race starts. We've just walked down this river for about 5 or 10 minutes, and there's the bike race. It's just the daily manifestation outside to the Team Sky bus. So we just headed down to the sign-on and where all the buses are and stuff, and just got in amongst it and just saw what was going on. Today's start probably has the most people. It was just like the busiest start to any of the stages this year. So we decided that the best option today would be to leave before the race actually starts and get ahead of the traffic and head straight to the first climb. This way it should free up a little bit more time, allow us to get ahead of the race, and also allow us to get to the finish over in Cardiff this afternoon. So we've just arrived at the first climb of today's stage. It's called British Camp. It's a second category climb. It's actually the biggest climb of today's route, and it comes only 26 kilometers into the ride. So this would be a perfect launch pad for the guys that want to get in the breakaway today. After all, today's the final stage. Ferrari. Today's the final stage, which means the last chance for the riders to get away in the breakaway. So hopefully we're going to see some fireworks on this climb. So all the roads are closed now, but somehow a tractor has managed to get on the race route. So as expected, the race has already blown to bits, just 26 kilometers into today's stage. And there's still 2 more categorized climbs that the riders have to go over before they get to the finish. I think today's going to be a pretty hard day. Not just with today's stage, but also the fatigue in the riders' legs over the past 7 days. I would say some of the riders are going to be looking forward to crossing that finish line this afternoon in Cardiff. Crossing the Wales border. In half a mile at the roundabout, take the second exit. And now we're in Wales. Because today we decided to go straight from the first categorised climb all the way to the finish in Cardiff, it means that we've got quite a big free period during the day. We've got like 2.5, 3 hours even before the riders finish in Cardiff, which means today for a change, usually it's like jumping into a petrol station, grabbing a sandwich and eating it in the car whilst we're trying to get to the next viewing point or the next feed zone or the finish or wherever we're going that day. But today we can actually sit down. We've just crossed over the border into Wales. We stopped at the first service station and now we're sat enjoying our lunch. It makes a change.
Yeah. I fight the days and nights and city lights, white girls and purple sprites. Mirrors say they ain't your friend, I hate the fact you always right. You really got my back, I'm master with the time. And with these making goods up in my face to check the paperwork I'm signing. When I need a moment, I'll still take it to the sea.
The most useful feature about having this media pass this week is all of the finishes tend to finish in like the city centre or the town centre where you have to pay excruciating parking prices. But with this pass we can literally just park right in the city centre for free, right next to the finish line. So we just arrived in Cardiff. We had a quick downpour. I mean, what would Wales be without rain? But we just arrived here now. Apparently the riders arrive into the city and go through the start-finish line at 21k to go, and then they do 2 crit style laps around the city centre of Cardiff, which I had no idea about. I probably should have researched that.
Lots can happen, I'm just saying, drop these raps and keep on praying. People asking what's the deal, independence, keep it real. I ain't signing over checks, keeping notes to feed my back.
I'm not sure how I've done it, but I managed to get myself a VIP hospitality ticket.
Without knowing exactly what you need to do, first target around the last few.
I've been uploading the cloud, I let it pour when I say drain. I let the levy down slowly, I spit the truth for my brody. I keep it real for my homies, my music keep me on lonely. But what's a friend in the end? I never learned to grow dependent or conform to these trends. I'm on.
And just to clarify / bust shots real quick, when you see me, when you hear me, it's organic, it's authentic. I'm not an artist that had to put on a facade to make a marketing campaign or something work, you know? I just put who I am and my life experience into an art form, and the world bought it, you know?
Hey, said it's the coastal nights.
So Cam at Skoda, the legend, is the one that got us the hospitality badges. He actually works for Skoda.
So I'm on their undergraduate internship at the moment. So I work for Volkswagen Group for 12 months. So I get to get involved in all these cool projects that happen throughout the year. So like Ride London in London, also the Tour of Britain.
So obviously Skoda are a big sponsor of cycling in the UK, and they sponsored this year's Tour of Britain. And Cameron was quickly explaining some of the technology in this car about how we can fit bikes in more securely, safer. Explain what's in the back of this car.
So there's lots of technologies that sort of Skoda have worked with people to get the bikes sort of as solid in the cars, because obviously you don't want to be driving around and all the bikes to be moving around. Yeah. So one of the key things we've got is this system where you can lock the bike in with the forks. So they're completely locked into the car with the forks, so they do not move at all when the cars go around. It's perfect for if you're going around country lanes, so obviously it's quite bumpy, and the bike stays solid, so there's no damage at all.
So I just want to say that wasn't an ad for Skoda. Cameron there just watches the vlogs, and he happens to work for Skoda. That's all. And just like that, this whole crazy whirlwind of an event is over. The riders have done the podium duties, they've all jumped in the team buses, and everyone's leaving now. The Team Sky bus has just left. And now we've got a 3.5 hour journey back home to Lancashire. What a week.